Hello, everybody. So let's see here. We got a whole bunch of shit to cover in a short period of time. So I'd just like to start out with saying there's some jokesters in the stream chat who need to get fucking banned. So I'm gonna start calling you assholes out right now. Give me a second. I get tired of stuff that has to update every time you start it. Like Restream chat, you have to update it literally every time you start it. It won't just let you, but whatever. So I just gotta start out banning some people. Let's see here. So we have Beneki the Pirate says we need Argent t-shirts. That's a fucking troll. Fuck you. How dare you ask that? Juto asked 2007 the pig roach got banned. Fuck you. How dare you ask that question on this stream? You're trying to get my personal information. You're trying to figure out where I live because of that. All you fucking detractors who are watching this stream, I think what I'm going to do is to grow this channel is I have to start just banning more people. And the more people I ban, the more the channel will grow. So, Dave has had a lot of shit happening on in the last couple of days. So he got temporarily suspended from Twitch again. Was this really clickbait? No, a bunch of shit happened. Obviously, the title was all in caps as a joke. But yeah, so it's starting to look like the whole tax thing was a massive fraud. Because I literally have my tax form in front of me, and it pretty much, I'm sure taxes are kind of similar in America. It's a massive just lie, what he's about to say. About taxes. So, we're just going to start this video and we're going to go forward positively. Can anybody hear me? Is anybody out there?
Yes, now you can hear me. Alright, that's about 20 seconds.
20 seconds.
20-second delay. That's not too bad, I guess. It's still not good.
Why does he need stream chat for this?
Okay. Alright. So guys.
Some jokesters.
Literally explaining to you guys the situation.
The factual situation.
I am not going to at all. This is going to be a factual video. I will only speak in facts. That's it. By the way, I can sneeze.
Who the fuck needs to say that at the start of a video? Guys, this is gonna be a factual video. There's only gonna be facts in this. There's not. It's just not. It's facts, okay? I'm not gonna lie in this video. I'm not gonna lie. Why you would assume that I would lie, etc. It would be like if I put in front of all of my videos, guys, this is an honest video. I'm not gonna exaggerate for comedic effect. I'm not gonna act manic or kind of crazy to make it more entertaining. I'm not gonna exaggerate and yell about beta males to be ironic. I'm not gonna do any of that, guys. And then I proceed to do it. Okay, let's go on.
Really badly. It's coming up, and I'm about to sneeze any second. I feel like I'm going to sneeze right into the mic. Alright, hold on, guys. Give me a second here. I'm going to blow my nose so I don't sneeze.
It's great. It's quality content.
Hold on. Alright, let me mute the mic. Blow my nose quickly.
This is fucking... Do this before you start. I took a piss before I started this video. This asshole can blow his nose. CNN facts. This is the best way to start a stream ever. At least it's only like 5 minutes instead of his hour-long pre-streams. Why does he need stream chat for this? Why is this even live streamed?
There is no slow mode in YouTube stream chat.
This is so slow.
People can only talk once every 60 seconds, which I think I did.
I don't know.
No actual slow mode in YouTube stream
I don't know how my chat works.
Literal garbage.
It's garbage.
Which is why I don't use it. Quite frankly, it is terrible.
And someone just gave him $10.
Alright, you guys ready? The bottom line is, guys, I'm not really going to moderate stream chat. I don't care about stream chat.
Well, then why did he just...
Alright, I don't. And I'm going to...
I don't care about stream chat. Like, half this video is him complaining about stream chat. And, like, half of this... why did he just spend, like, 5 minutes... Well, like, a minute complaining about it. Hey, Krista Hakari! Hey, man, shout-outs! And Savage Lars. So we got a couple regulars here. Hey, Krista Hakari. Shout-outs. Okay, let's see if there's anyone else here.
During the course of this stream. Alright. And that's about it.
Take a shot every time Phil snorts.
I don't care about chat at all. I probably will not be reading it. It's unreadable at this point anyway. I'm looking at it right now.
It's unreadable.
It's completely unreadable.
No, it's unreadable. There's nothing I can do.
It's just out of control.
It's out of control.
It's just god awful. It's really bad.
Hey, the social ghost! Hey, man, shout-outs! I see you're in here. Let's see. Can you see the mouse? I think you can see the mouse. No, you can't. Can you see my mouse? Oh. Yeah, you can. There's the social ghost.
Alright. Also, to clarify, the purpose of me being here right now...
Savage Lars.
Going on,
let's see here.
and to let you know what I'll be doing for the next few days. I'll be going about, you know, my life and stuff. Where you can still watch ongoing video game playthroughs and the like. And, basically let you know when I'll be back to Twitch streaming. And how you can help. That's the purpose of the stream. This is not a stream where I'm doing any kind of gameplay or anything like that. Don't get me wrong, it's not. There's no gameplay, no business to be had here. This is just an informative stream to let you know what's going on, period. That's it.
An informative stream that's an hour long. Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
It's just going to cover facts.
Facts.
And yes, this will be a video that will go live on DSP Gaming as soon as I'm done here recording it. And then I'm going to get to uploading gameplay from today, because I have several hours of gameplay from today I didn't upload yet. So I'll get that done. Okay? Alright, so I'm actually going to minimize the stream chat, because there's no point in having it open. It's out of control. I'm going to bring this up, so here I am.
Why does he even have... Why did he just record a 15-minute... No, it's for drama views. We know why this is. That looks like shit.
I'm over here. Alright, is everyone ready?
Okay. There we go.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I am Darkside Phil, and today is Thursday, March 29th, 2019. I'm making this video solely for the purposes of information. Alright, I want you guys to know what is going on for the next few days so people are not in the loop, so there's no misinformation about what happened, so that people aren't in the dark and you know when exactly to expect me back. For example, live streaming on Twitch, when will I be back there, what will happen in the interim.
Okay, let me know if that's okay.
Live streaming on Twitch. I want to clarify everything for everyone, so you know this entire situation, what is going on. Alright? So, today,
he has that shitty gaming chair.
I was live streaming Far Cry 5. I'd actually gone on break, came back from my break, which was roughly, I want to say, around 3 p.m. Pacific.
I've said this, but why does he sit on that shitty love seat? He should get, like, an ergonomic back support chair and sit in that. Like, if you have back problems, I'm pretty sure sitting on something with zero lumbar support is, like, the worst thing you can do, but whatever.
Probably a few minutes here or there, so that, you know, I don't know exactly the exact time.
Oh, Krista Hikari, I saw you in the chat. I gave you a big shout out.
When I had come back from break or whatever. When I come back from break, I was on this mission which was a pretty crazy mission. You had to go get bull's testicles. I know, ridiculous, right? Of all the times for this to happen, I'm collecting bull testicles.
Hey, there we go. Another Chris Hikari snort.
So anyway, I'm off minding my own business collecting bull testicles. And as I'm doing this, all of a sudden I noticed that the signal, the quality feedback signal in my streaming software goes to yellow. Now, normally, if I'm having an issue with my internet, or there's a blip in the internet and the stream is having issues, what'll happen is it'll go to red, or it'll fluctuate, red, yellow, green, red, yellow, green. Basically what that's telling you is the quality of the stream's going up and down and up and down, and it's fluctuating. Or for example, a couple years ago I was DDoS attacked a few times, it would just go red, drops out, no internet at all. It went yellow, and when it was yellow but it says I wasn't broadcasting, I knew something was up, because that's not, I've never seen that happen before in the entire time I've streamed ever on the internet. Because I started in 2013, I never saw it just go yellow but not stream. So I knew something was weird.
This is so boring.
So I was trying to figure it out. I stopped recording my video for YouTube. Stopped recording.
Okay, I know I ramble and I make super long videos like Phil does, and I know I kind of spam. I like to think I'm a little more interesting. Like, I know my Captain Pillion video was like 40 minutes long, but I'd like to think I covered a lot of kind of interesting stuff in it. This is 50 minutes of nothing.
And it said, all right, let's figure out what the hell's going on. So I was looking at my streaming software. I was like, everything looks good. My internet testing, my other internet. My internet looked fine. And my stream chat was still going. Now, the thing is, my stream chat...
The social goes, stop stalling.
...back on my laptop, which I have in front of me when I live stream over here, is connected to a completely different internet than the internet that I have.
The social ghost, get on with it.
Quality broadcasting out. So... that's I have two modems, a downstairs internet and an upstairs internet. The upstairs internet.
Why are we talking about this?
For live streaming. The other one is just normal internet.
Okay.
Stuff around the house, so that way they don't conflict with each other. Right?
What the fuck does, like, just move on.
It's not that the internet cut out in the house, the stream chat's still moving, right? So I'm still trying to figure this out. I come back over to the laptop, and all of a sudden, a message pops up and appears in my stream chat.
Get a real job, and this won't keep happening to you.
This account has been suspended from Twitch. What? Now wait a minute.
So, guys, actually, it's kind of interesting because I just got my taxes back today. Like, my tax statement. Let me see if I can turn up this. Is there 1080p? No, there's not 1080p. But, yeah, I just got my taxes today, so it's going to be interesting. I have a lot to say about this because he lies a lot during this stream.
Open it up. Start looking. There's nothing. There's no notification whatsoever.
There's nothing.
Twitch
okay.
Explaining anything. It's just, I guess I'm suspended. I don't know what's going on. I have no notification whatsoever of what's happening. And I'm like, now what do I do? I can't tell anyone what's going on because I have no clue. I've got no information. I'm dead in the water. So I basically sat here for about 5-10 minutes waiting, seeing if an email was going to come through or what was going to happen. I got nothing. Finally, an automated email refreshed. It was probably, I'd say, about 10-15 minutes it took. Finally, an automated email popped up and said, attention DSP Gaming, actually, you know what? Hey, why not just read you the actual email, right? It's the generic form letter email, so it didn't have any useful information in it whatsoever. But it said, based on a review of community reports and your activity or content, so very generic, we have issued a community guideline strike for your account. Reason, harassment. And indefinite suspension from accessing or using Twitch services.
Okay, so Lord of the Edge asks, can he even make money out of this? Yeah, a long time ago, I did a... okay. I looked at it once. I think he makes like $100,000 a year American off of his business was the last time I looked at it. And he gets more donations now. Like, this dude is like in the top like 5% of income earners.
It's the same form letter that I got a month ago.
And he pays less taxes.
I have been temporarily suspended for something that happened. Okay. So, same form letter, only this time saying harassment. Now, I'm thinking, what on earth are they going to come up with? Right?
Krista Hikari, why am I toxic?
In regards to harassment, I haven't gotten anything. Arguments outright with anyone on stream, certainly I've tried to...
I don't, like, how much do you people think, like, DSP makes? Because... I don't want to do it now, but I think he makes, like, at least $70,000 to $100,000 a year. Because I think he lies about his ad revenue on YouTube. And he makes, like, $850 a month on Patreon. And people give him thousands of dollars. Like, let me think about this for... Okay, so he has 450 subs. So 450 times 2.5 plus 800. Okay, so in just money, people like in Patreon and subs, he makes $2,000 a month. So, yeah. And keep in mind, he gets to write off a lot of stuff for his business expenses, and he doesn't have to spend a lot of money people have to spend. Like, I probably spend, let me look at how much I would spend a year in commuting. 50 times 100. So I spend like $5,500 a year on train fees for commuting, and he doesn't have to spend that.
To catch me. They'll do a cheer and they'll say, what do you think of this YouTuber making a negative video about you? And I basically have very much stayed away.
No, he responds every single time. Debate every time.
From the situations of addressing any of that stuff. Because I knew I didn't want to get involved in it, and I knew, especially with the new Twitch terms of service, alright, that there was a strong chance that anything that I said or did in regards to that could be considered harassment. You know, I think a lot of us are on the fence, but we don't even know what's allowed by Twitch, what isn't allowed by Twitch, because of these new terms of service that have come out, right? I think a lot of us are very confused about what is allowed on Twitch and what isn't, because they have these generalized terms of service that they came out with, but we haven't seen any concrete cases of stuff actually happening yet on Twitch, saying, this person got suspended for doing this or this, and that was because of the new changes in the terms of service.
DSP makes more than twice as much as I do.
I literally have no idea what this could be. I have no clue, because even the last thing that I can think of, if you guys remember, over a month ago, right? I did a stream where I played VR chat, and there was a kid who was insulting me, and I made an off-the-cuff joke, not directly at that kid, but in general about a hypothetical.
No, he made the joke at the kid.
Kid who I would slap if they talked to me like that.
Like, I don't actually care. Here's the funny thing about all this stuff. Like, the guy who filmed the dead bodies in the suicide forest, like, I actually just don't really, like, care about that. Like, I don't know, I just... Very little actually triggers me. And, like, that stuff should actually be, like, get you banned. The only stuff I think that should get you banned is direct threats on people's lives. Okay, direct threats on people's lives, trying to scam people with... I don't know, like, scams. Sorry, I don't know, like, trying to sell people fake shit. Like, I'm a Nigerian investor, and if you give me money, that kind of thing. Actual slander. Actual slander is stuff like when people, yeah, doxing people, good point, Edelweiss. Like, if you call someone a pedo, I don't think that should be allowed. Like, if you make a video and say this dude's a pedophile, then that should be banned. Like, because that actually legitimately will hurt you. That's actually slander. Like, 99% of the stuff against DSP is not slander. Like, he'll say that this video is slander, but it's literally just me watching him and making fun of him. Like, how is this slander? If you went to court over this, it would be like, well, this is unedited.
But I did that before the new Twitch terms of service came into effect. So they couldn't retroactively say, oh, we got you now because we changed the terms, but you said this before the terms changed. You know, it couldn't even be that. So I'm thinking, what in the holy hell could they have said I harassed someone on one of my streams recently? I was like completely dumbfounded by it.
Have you ever watched one of his streams? He just yells at, like, he calls them kids. He says, you don't know anything about life. You're fucking stupid. Like, as I've said, I don't really care, to be perfectly honest. It's, like, it doesn't really bother, like, he can yell at people, he can, like, do it, like, that doesn't bother me, but...
So, you guys may not realize this, but I told you last month when I had this issue with the previous suspension that had nothing to do with this issue whatsoever, by that I had a direct point of contact with Twitch. Now, it really confused me, because he told me that if there were situations where stuff like this happened, he would directly contact me to discuss it, and I had no information from this guy.
I think this was a lie. I think this was confirmed. I think the guy said this was a lie.
So, obviously I couldn't stream. I needed to get to the bottom of what the heck was going on.
Once again, because I'm fair, I do think a lot of people do try to fuck with him IRL, and I've always been very critical of that. If people are just fucking going and false flagging his channel and just spamming reports, don't do that. Like, if you want to make fun of this guy, if you want to do that stuff, like, don't do it. I think it's wrong. I think if you want to, like, make videos calling this guy a scammer, if you want to try to, like, if he's actually doing something against terms of service, yeah, but don't false flag him. Like, I was really against all the false copyright strikes. That was bullshit. Blame the Jews and deny the Holocaust.
And I wrote the guy an email asking what's going on, please let me know. Incidentally, he responded immediately and said, Phil, actually, this is kind of a situation that shouldn't have gone like this. I was actually writing you right now the notice to let you know what's happening, and you were supposed to get that first.
Secret Life of DSP.
So you would know what was going on.
Shout outs.
Your stream was going to go offline, so you could notify your viewers so they would know what was going on. Not that all of a sudden your stream just went and turned off. That was a mistake. What I'm going to do is call you. Okay. So in the meantime, the call hadn't happened yet. I said, you know what? I haven't done anything in regards to YouTube streaming or anything in a long time. So I turned on just a demo YouTube stream just to see what the heck.
The chat is amazing. I don't know if you can read it.
It might not be.
But it's amazing.
I certainly haven't done anything in regards to running ads or anything on YouTube streams or anything. Anyway, I wouldn't, I have a partnership agreement right now with Twitch, so I wouldn't be running ads or anything over here anyway on the stream.
Okay.
I just was like, if I want to do a video to explain to people when I find out what's going on, how do I figure this out? So I did. It took like 15, 20 minutes. I messed around with YouTube. Oh, I think I know how to at least get a stream live here, right? And then I turned it off, and I had a phone call with my representative.
Streaming on YouTube is like the easiest shit possible, especially if you know how to use OBS. You literally just plug it in. Like, you just plug in the information, you hit the start button.
Again, I'm not going to use any opinions in this video. I'm just going to tell you...
No opinions. Okay, there's going to be so many opinions to this video.
So, in this phone call with Twitch, it was revealed. Alright? Now, you
revealed.
Your own judgments. I'm going to give you no opinion whatsoever. Why I was suspended from Twitch this time was because... apparently, at some point, I don't even know what day it was, because you guys know me, I stream every day, at least once, if not twice a day. It all blends together. But I know this was roughly in the last couple of days, for the last 2 days or so. There was someone who came into my stream chat and blatantly insulted me. I don't even remember the insult. That's how often I get insulted in stream chat and everything. I don't even remember what on earth.
Well, just ignore it. Now, to be fair, I do actually ban people. Like if people like, oh, you faggot, make another DSP stalking video. I just block them because I'm tired of dealing with it. So, like, I don't even really care that... Okay, my issue isn't really that Phil blocks people. My issue is that he lies about it. Like, if he thinks it's toxic, like, the way people come in and like, start posting, like, memes and insulting him. If he wants to ban them, that's fine. My issue is that he bans people who ask, like, legitimate questions. Like, he bans... Like, he complains about wanting money, about wanting to grow... And he just bans everybody. Like, people who talk about something other than the game, he bans. Like, as I've said, if people want to, like... If he wants to ban people who just go in and troll, like I'm not going to lie, if you go on to my, like, videos and put, this guy sounds like a fucking faggot who sucks black dick, I'm going to block you. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but...
I have no recollection of what it was.
I don't even know.
And... apparently, I banned the guy, and I said, I verbally said I was banning the guy, and that apparently is okay according to Twitch. I even, basically just saying that you're even calling someone a fucking asshole or something like that is allowed on Twitch. That's fine. Mm-hmm. But apparently, as I was banning the guy, just listen to what a weird circumstance this was. As I was banning the guy, I must have hovered over his name in the Twitch chat, okay? And as I was hovering over his name on the Twitch chat, apparently a profile pic for this guy's avatar popped up. I mean, and this is how wild this is. You guys, are on my streams all the time. I don't know what any of your avatars are. I really don't. I never see them.
This sounds like the fakest shit possible as to why he got banned.
All I see is your stream chat names. So what a rarity, what an oddity that this would even happen, that somehow his stream chat avatar happens to pop up. And it just so happens it has the guy's real face there. So in a moment of weakness, in a moment of anger of my own, being angry that this guy had blatantly come into my stream chat just to say something really nasty to me.
No fucking way is this real. This is a massive... Like, I don't believe this for a second.
Alright. I addressed his physical appearance in a negative fashion.
Hashtag Lieta was better.
Alright, I'm not going to repeat what I said for risk that this would also violate something else. I'm going to put this is a video for YouTube. I don't want to violate YouTube standards of what's right and wrong, so I'm certainly not going to repeat what I said. But apparently I said something that insulted the guy's physical appearance. Alright?
Who
So just to
cares?
clarify, I'm actually going to, reiterate what I learned from this phone call. If someone,
Honestly, if Twitch punishes people for insulting people, then they're a bunch of faggots. I'm just gonna say that now, and you can write that up. Like, come the fuck on! It's the internet. Like, what do you expect? The internet is just toxic in general.
comes into my stream and blatantly insults me and acts like a dick or whatever, or not just me, my girlfriend, it could be anything, right? I have the right to say, I'm banning you, asshole, goodbye, or fuck you, idiot, goodbye. I could do that. But the moment that I address their physical appearance in any way, shape, or form in a negative way,
Press 1 if Phil is toxic. Kyrie.
Twitch's terms of service. Their new terms of service that just went into effect in early March. March 2018. I should bring that up. So, apparently, this was a huge violation of the.
Like, it's bullshit. It's if that's really the case, then that is so lame. Like, this is the like has people from Twitch ever been on the internet? Like, this stuff happens all the time. I remember back when I used to play like StarCraft 1 online, people would flame each other all the time. Like, it's just the way the internet is.
All right. And this particular person, who apparently I insulted their physical, even though they had come into my stream chat, willingly and knowingly, actively in front of everyone, insulted me, and I in my rights, banned that person. Because I then flashed out back in defense.
By the way, guys, this is under 130% speed, and it's still boring and slow as fuck.
Them and insulted their physical appearance. I violated Twitch's terms of service, and that constitutes a violation. All right. A lot of people seem to be under the impression that Twitch is under a strikes system when it comes to these things. That is incorrect. A lot of people really just have a complete misconception of how Twitch's system works.
Mer stuff is here.
That's strike one.
Thorgax is here.
You're banned permanently. That's not how it works on Twitch. All right. I personally did not know how the system worked until this very day when I talked to my contact at Twitch, and he outlined the whole system to me of how it works. All right. Basically, it's an escalations process. What does that mean? It means that basically, if you're someone who every once in a while something might happen and you get reported for something.
Okay, so DriveCheck says they probably never see the real dark stuff of the internet. Not every person is curious about the internet. Yeah, I mean, like, but this isn't like snuff films. This isn't like scams. This isn't dark web stuff. This is literally just like people immaturely insulting one another. It's just, yeah.
And someone who works for Twitch determines that maybe it's valid. That's okay as long as you're not like a massive repeat offender. But it just so happens that in this situation, last month, I already had a minor kind of violation that led to a 24-hour suspension. So because this thing had happened within a 30-day period of the last... Well, actually, I take that back. I just misspoke. I want to be factually correct. Since this took place within a 90-day period of the last thing that they deemed was something I had done wrong on stream, this was an escalation of what they consider to be, a punishment for a violation of their terms of service. So, they suspended my account. All right. Now, how long was it suspended? I don't know. What was going to happen? I didn't know. That was the purpose of this phone call that I was having with Twitch. So I said to my contact, well, first of all, what on earth were you thinking? You shut off my stream in the middle of my stream. I didn't know what was going on. My viewers didn't know what was going on. And you hadn't even sent me notice of anything. So you actually punished me before you ever even notified me that anything had gone wrong or I had done something wrong. So what gives there? And basically, I was
Remember how DSP's like, look, guys, I'm just going to leave YouTube because it's bad to have all my eggs in one basket. So I'm going to go over to Twitch, and I'm going to have all my eggs in that basket, and it's going to work out, guys. It's not going to be a problem.
That should not have happened. There should have been a notification beforehand, so that at least I was in the loop, that I would know that this was coming, so that obviously I could end my stream in time, and let people know why I wasn't streaming, not that it just abruptly happened. And basically, I'm not going to give you the details regarding that, because it's just behind-the-scenes politics with Twitch and how stuff works. It shouldn't happen.
Well, then why are you telling us it?
Okay. So then I said, alright.
Okay, Thorgrax says, go on Workowski. Worski live for Blood Sports.
Well, what's the deal here? What's going on in regards to me, my streaming on Twitch? Are you guys banning me from the site? Because the email is the same email I got last time. It says indefinite suspension, so I have no idea when I can come back or whatever. And my contact said, this is now, so it's stage 2 of the process, all right?
Oh, Edelweiss, shout out. You must stream. Whee!
Have what's considered a 72-hour suspension, all right? And therefore, I mean, it started at, 3 p.m. Thursday, all right? And it'll undo itself supposedly on 3 p.m. on
Why do we need to know this?
Last time you suspended me for 24 hours, you told me the same thing. I came back 24 hours later and I wasn't released from the suspension.
Oh my god.
So, all right, that was again exactly what you did last time. You contact me, I'll take care of it immediately. We'll get you back up and running. All right? Okay. But now, obviously, I'm worried about what's going to happen in regards to my channel. I'm worried about, what's the viability of streaming in the future on Twitch, right? Because you guys especially know how many people on a daily basis literally come to my videos and streams just to harass me. For the one guy, this one situation where the guy, insulted me and I banned him, but I just so happened to somehow see his avatar that had his face on it and I insulted his personal appearance leading.
How long? Holy fuck, we're 20 minutes into this and nothing's happened?
Violation of Twitch terms of service. There's literally 400 other people who do exactly the same thing.
Bearloo, we're getting into it. Literally, like this, we'll get into the actual content. Literally, this has just been 20 minutes of him rambling.
Now, again, if I had said, fuck you, asshole, for insulting me, get out of my stream chat, you're banned, that was completely valid, but it was the fact that I personally went out of my way to insult this guy's physical appearance that constituted the ban, or the violation of Twitch's terms of service, or the new terms of service.
Bearloo, basically what happened was DSP insulted someone's physical appearance on Twitch and he got banned for like 3 days or something like that. And this is strike 2. I think if he gets another strike, then he gets permabanned from Twitch. And he's just been like ranting about nothing. I mean, I don't think anything substantive has been said for the first half of this video.
By the way, again, no opinion. I'm not sharing my opinion on the subject whatsoever. I'm just stating it matter-of-factly. I'm sure there are some of you who agree with that, some of you who disagree with that. That's fine. That's not what the purpose of this video is. I'm just telling you matter-of-factly what I learned today. Okay? All right. So I said, so I don't understand. Now, moving forward, what happens if something else happens? What is the policy with Twitch? And I was told, here's how the policy works. It's a 90-day escalation policy. So, for example, all right, if 90 days pass from the time when this suspension happened and nothing goes wrong, I should be okay. But
thanks, Bearloo. That's going right to the bills.
If I get in trouble, if something else happens again within 90 days of this current suspension, so let's say, I don't know, in May, I lose my mind, I take all my clothes off on stream and I run around naked, then Twitch is going to suspend me for a longer period of time. Or if they do deem that the situation is so serious that there's no redeeming quality. Like, for example, if I really had just tore into that guy about his appearance for like 20 straight minutes and just ripped him a new one, I probably would have been permanently banned from the site no matter what. But luckily for me, it was just a momentary reaction to what had happened on the stream, where I don't.
Actually, we're gonna get into taxes. I actually get a decent amount of money back on my taxes.
Somehow I saw his face, reacted that way, and it was just a momentary thing. And therefore, because Twitch realized, okay, that was just a little thing. It's not a big deal.
We get it. We fucking get it. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can talk about this in like 5 seconds. Okay, let me see if I can explain this in less than a minute. Okay, so a guy came in and trolled him. He called the guy an asshole. He said something about the guy's physical appearance. He scrolled down his mouse to ban him, and when he moved his mouse over the guy's face popped up, and somehow the combination of him showing the guy's avatar and the physical insult got Twitch to ban him for 3 days. And this is in part because Twitch recently changed their terms of service, so you're not allowed to make insult people's physical appearance anymore. There you go. I explained that in like 30 seconds.
Here again, we just want you to learn that what you did was not okay. Therefore, a larger suspension. So again, if another thing happens in 90 days, I'll get an even larger suspension. And then I was actually told if another thing happens again on top of that, I'll get another larger suspension. But then that's kind of the point where they're like, all right, this person's such a monstrous repeat offender that every single time they're going on stream, every few days, they're violating the rules, we're going to get rid of them. All right. So that's kind of how the policy, there is no 3 strikes policy with Twitch. It doesn't exist. Apparently people have completely made that up because it doesn't exist at all. It's a policy of 90 days.
I'm going to say this, like, I think it's bullshit that I think both bans are bullshit. Like, like, Twitch is all about just making money off of people e-bagging. Like, that's the purpose of the website. So I don't think they should care if he does a fundraiser, and I don't think they should care if he does the... I think Theo's... I think Theo's point... I forget if it was Theo or Kevin. One of them pointed out that because you can watch ads for bits, you aren't allowed to beg for bits because it encourages people to just run ads in the background.
live within the rules of Twitch for 90 days at a tear, and if you can, you're good. If not, if you keep violating things within 90 days, it just escalates until finally you do get banned. The only exception to the rule would be if you did something so absolutely horribly bad, all right, then you get permanently banned. All right?
Okay.
So, ladies and gentlemen, what I learned today, all right, it's my fault. I screwed up. I did. I'm willing to admit when I make a mistake, and I know that I know. But looking back at the situation of exactly the way that things went down, okay, I 100% agree that I was in the wrong. I 100% agree with Twitch that, you know, I made a mistake, and I need to step up when I'm wrong and say, you know what? No one who's on anyone's stream should be insulted for their physical appearance. Period. There should be no situation
Why?
where anyone is attacked for how they look. Because the bottom line is, a lot of us can't help how we look.
Who cares?
No Adonis. You know what I mean? I was sitting here all unshaven. You know, I know I'm not a good-looking guy, and a lot of people.
It's the internet. People are just douchebags on the internet.
The point is, no one should be going to a Twitch stream and get insulted for their physical appearance.
Why? Who cares?
It was a moment of weakness for me because the guy came into my chat, all right, and insulted me before I even knew anything about the guy. And again, a random occurrence where I happened to see the guy's face and say something. And by the way, I believe the guy, it was 100% bait.
Does anybody like believe that this actually happened? Like this sounds like a complete lie.
Because I believe he went ahead and made a video about it. So there you go. It's not like the guy was, you know, oh my god, I was legitimately insulted by what Phil did to me. It was more like, you know, I was actually just trying to insult Phil anyway and get a rise out of him so I could get him in trouble on Twitch. And that's what happened. Okay? So I admit I'm in the wrong here. I did something wrong. Alright? So, my Twitch account, DarkSidePhil, is suspended for 72 hours and it's coming back roughly in the middle of Sunday. I'll explain to you guys in just a moment what you can expect out of that, because obviously that means I can't live stream for a couple days.
Oh, okay. Freya apparently posted a video of what he said, so let's just watch this quickly.
There are new Twitch terms of service that are going live today, and the major changes are, number one, you have to actually dress appropriately as if you were at work anywhere else. So that means, sadly, all of those streamers who remain nameless but who like to wear skimpy clothing to get money from horny people are not going to be able to do that anymore. Supposedly that's over as of today, and I believe that today will be a day when many desperate people will be actually attempting to play video games properly for the first time on Twitch to pay their bills because they never did it before. The service say in regards to things like hate, to be over dramatic and or to try to get attention, you know, over the top angry kind of behavior, and apparently they're not going to allow that anymore on Twitch. So I guess we'll see what happens. By the way, the hilarious part was the idiot actually had his picture as his avatar here on Twitch. He's an overweight, disgusting-looking guy with a blue-dyed beard. He's a complete fucking idiot. If you're gonna be an idiot in someone's stream chat, at least don't show what you look like in real life, especially if you look like a complete moron. Like, hide that from the internet, so we can't also make fun of you afterward.
That was it? That's bullshit if he got banned over that. That actually kind of irritates me. That's so lame. He just mildly insulted some guy.
I already wasn't planning on live streaming anyway. I wasn't going to live stream tomorrow whatsoever. There was not going to be a single piece of live streaming at all tomorrow. It was actually going to be Saturday when I was going to return from my day off, and then obviously Sunday I was going to do a half day where I do my earlier stream on Twitch, and then at night I was going to do like a preview and stuff like that on YouTube, and of course all this week I was going to live stream full time like I usually do. So obviously I can't do that now. I need to make an amendment to my schedule, which I'm about to explain to you guys moving forward. Alright, so you guys know exactly what to expect. Live streams on YouTube, I would completely and utterly lose that because the moderation on YouTube is atrociously trying to get me to slip up. They're trying to get me to purposely say every word. I don't want to lose that capability. So what I need to do is I need to become better when I'm live streaming at not directly reacting to stupid crap that happens in stream chat at the same time. You guys know, if you've especially been watching my live streams recently, you know there's been an exorbitant amount of people who come in, even people who cheer, right? People who come in and cheer and say stuff that's trying to get me to slip up.
Yeah, but they're giving you money, so who cares? Just ignore them.
Get me to slip up, so I'll get into trouble, so I'll get reported. You know what I mean? It's you know, that element is there, and it sucks because I know I'm a target, you know, and I know. Listen, I'm not stupid. I know that after today I'll be a bigger target. When I come back on Sunday, you're gonna have people literally coming in just to try to give me a hard time. So I'll read it, and I'll get mad, and I'll say something really stupid on Twitch. That's gonna get me in a violation situation. All right. And I don't want to be there. I want to continue to be on Twitch. You know, I need to get this stuff cleared up. You know, because the bottom line is, I think I like Twitch's policy in regards to the fact that, you know, a 90 days, you know, is a good amount of time. It's not just 3 strikes you're out, you know.
He's still talking about it. This is, we're in hour... Oh, sorry. Okay, let me move this up. You can't see this.
The facts of my conversation that I had with Twitch.
Okay, let me just
I
move
brought
this
this
up.
up with my representative. I said, now listen, now thank you for clarifying everything that happened so I understand exactly what's going on. Thank you, so I know. But, and this is a big but, you've got to understand that I'm a person who's in a unique position because I get probably dozens, if not on some busy days, hundreds of people who consistently false report me for Twitch violations on a daily basis. I'm the exception to the rule. If you don't believe me, look on YouTube at the insane amount of negativity about me. Most of it is completely unfounded.
No, it's just videos of you.
Or stuff that's so ridiculously blown out of proportion to try to look like a bad guy. Okay?
Well, you are a bad guy, though.
And we're in a situation where, okay, maybe the regular Twitch streamer did something really bad, but you have to understand constantly people are always being negative to me. What do I do? I mean, is there a way to protect myself? Because the old, just report those people and get them banned from Twitch doesn't work. We got people coming in with bots that are spamming my viewers and telling my viewers I'm a horrible person. We got people who come in and constantly try to nudge at me or get me to say something negative about people, right? We've got sneaky people who are trying to find ways around the basic rules. And let's face it, even when people get banned from Twitch, they're going to find another way to make another account. You can even IP ban them. They'll just use an IP, what do they call that? A VPN or whatever. You know what I mean? They'll change their IP. They'll find a way. It's not like, this is not a refined, robust system where we can really protect ourselves from this kind of behavior. That guy who goaded me into doing something stupid is not an anomaly. That's the norm for me on a daily basis. And so what I've actually been told is that moving forward, probably sometime in April, Twitch wants to sit down with me to seriously discuss this situation and try to work with me as a case study of how they can design solutions around negative, toxic behavior on Twitch, because they don't want it. They want Twitch to be a clean website. They want it to be a place where you can go watch a streamer and you're not constantly bombarded with people insulting each other, with people, with racism, with sexual content. They want it to be a place where you can just go and enjoy, having social interactions with people, but also gameplay. All right, and that, they want it to be clean. And I personally talked about this recently on my streams. I said, you guys realize why Twitch changed the terms of service? Because they just saw what happened with YouTube. Twitch took a look at YouTube and said, man, YouTube's got guys like Logan Paul who do whatever they want.
Who cares?
And YouTube does really nothing about it. Oh, we'll suspend his ad revenue for a couple days or whatever. Then he's back. No real act to them in an insulting manner. You are going to be punished for it. Now, previously, maybe Twitch was a lot more lenient. They're not anymore. They're putting their foot down in regards to this kind of stuff. Happens to me right now, guys. I've been talking, every single day about my current tax situation, all the crap going on. This is a horrendous time for this to be happening to me. Real talk. So, I'm going to let you know in a moment what's going on with that. All right, so.
Okay, the tax thing's going to be amazing.
What's going to happen schedule-wise with me?
Okay, so we are up to 40 minutes of nothing.
Well, tonight, it's already 8 p.m. By the time that I get this video uploaded to YouTube, and by the time that I get the Far Cry 5 videos from earlier today uploaded to YouTube, it's going to be later. I'm not going to do any more gameplay tonight. It doesn't even make sense. All right? Tomorrow, Friday, was going to be my day off anyway. So tomorrow, Friday, I'm off. I'm not going to be doing any live streaming regardless. And what I'm going to do tomorrow is the batch of Ultra Street Fighter 2 videos that were from last week are going to go live on DSP Gaming, my YouTube channel, tomorrow. So in that regard, you're going to see a new batch of Far Cry tonight. You're going to see a new batch of Ultra Street Fighter 2 on Friday, the 30th of March, on DSP Gaming tomorrow. All right. Saturday,
but this isn't the weekend preview. I thought that was supposed to be in the weekend preview. I thought this was supposed to be a simple, factual video.
Take a day. It's just going to be a weird day. No live streaming.
Okay.
I know that's weird. I'm going to still be playing games, but it's going to be like it used to. Again, not my choice, but it's going to be like it used to, where I record the gameplay, offline, not live stream, and I upload it to YouTube once I'm done. What is it going to be? Well, I'm changing everything, guys. What it's going to be. The first stream on Saturday will be Far Cry 5, and the second stream will be Ni no Kuni 2. So it's going to be a whole day of new release gameplay content that I'm recording and uploading to YouTube. All right? And so that's just how it has to be. All right? Sunday, this suspension that I have is not going to be released until the middle of the day, a real oddball time, like 3 p.m. or something like that. And obviously, I'm not just going to start an oddball stream. What I'm going to do, probably, is I'm going to try to have an early dinner that day. Eat a little bit on the earlier side.
This dude is literally talking about when he's going to eat dinner. Like, what the fuck is that? No, but just hit the schedule button. Fuck.
And in regards to, the situation that, I'm facing, what I will do...
Why is he looking at the chat? He just said I'm not going to look at the chat.
...is I will stream later. So normally, my Sunday stream would have been, 11:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Now, I was going to change my schedule starting on Sunday. That I was going to stream earlier. Well, that's all screwed up. Can't happen. So what I will do... is I'll start streaming on the earlier.
Let's put this up to 150%.
Rough estimation. Let's say I'm going to start streaming 5 p.m. 5 p.m. Pacific time on Sunday, and I'll stream for 3 hours. All right,
okay.
3 hours of gameplay.
3 hours of game. 4.
What will I be streaming? Ultra Street Fighter 2. So for those who love my fighting game content, who want to come back, they want to see fun stuff, right? They want to come back to the first stream back. Those playing a game he's great at. There's going to be a lot of stream interaction. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh my fucking god! Just get to the fucking taxes shit already. I can't take this.
To change schedule and everything, so everyone's on the streams for the week. Why don't you hang a couple party streamers, schedule's gonna be different. Everything's gonna be thrown off. So right now, we probably will never watch this video on YouTube. They'll have no idea what's going on and just hope that my channel eventually comes back. And some people may never come back. This is what happens when this kind of stuff goes down. Is that some people might think, well, Phil's banned from Twitch permanently and never even come check the channel out again, which is not the case. It sucks. So please, if you can, spread the word. Now, if you are a big fan, fan of my stuff, and you obviously are supportive and you're pissed off about what just happened, like I am, there's a few things you can do. What I'm actually gonna do here is just basically turn them into text. Alright, the first thing you can do is pledge to my Patreon, although there's not much time left to do that. If you're going to pledge to my Patreon for March, you have to do it by the end of this month, which means you literally have 2 days left. You have tomorrow and Saturday, and that's it. So if you don't do it by then it's going to count for the next month, which isn't going to help you that much, and it won't help you because you won't get your perks for the month. Check it out at patreon.com/darksidephil. That's number one. Number two, during this time when I'm not locked...
Does anybody know where the taxes thing is? Because he had a big episode about... He had a big rant about, like, taxes and people asking about his taxes. Does anyone know, like, what channel is that? Is that on Mer Stuff? Is that on... Let me just see. Okay, because this is just unwatchable. Let's see here. Is this it? Sub count? Are the taxes real? I think this is it.
I've been noticing over the past couple of months, if you guys haven't noticed, alright, on the channel here...
The channel,
we've been
okay.
trying. We've been doing, subscriptions drive, alright? And we've been trying to do our best.
Okay.
Hold on a second. Oh, okay.
That's like literally look at that fan art. Look at how shitty that is.
We're trying to do our best to push subs on the channel. Alright. We work. But the thing is, here's what happened. At the end of last year, December and January, there was a big discount on subs on Twitch, and people were gifting subs left and right. People really were feeling positive about myself and my content. They felt I was the ultimate underdog yet again, and they wanted to help out. So a lot of people, I think it was about 5 to 10 people. Came in here and we're giving a ton of subscriptions, alright, to various different people. So my subscriptions inflated, no lie.
What's the Toucan a reference to?
From in the 300s all the way up to over 550. I think we're at 560 subs here on the channel. All right. Now some of those were legit, and a lot of those were gifted subs. All right. What we've seen in the last 2 months is that naturally where this channel is sitting at this point is between anywhere from about 450 to 420 at a low point, up until around 450 for a high point for subs. Now it fluctuates. Sometimes we're above that, sometimes we're below that. But in general, that's the range. Okay. That's a good range, especially for a channel that usually when I stream, I bring in around 400 to 500 viewers for an average game. That's a really good number to have as subscribers, and I'm very pleased with that, okay?
Oh my god.
What I'm struggling to do is find a good number to use as my subscription.
Who cares? Why do we need to know this?
Alright. Because here's the problem, is that I don't know what I'm doing. In that regard, it's something new that I've done. I haven't, as you guys know, I never really had sub goals. I never really based anything on subscriptions until this year. It's a different thing, experiment that I'm trying because I'm trying to push growth on Twitch. I really don't care about growth on YouTube anymore, and I don't really care about growing my Patreon. What I care about.
Why? Why doesn't he care about growth on YouTube? Like I don't get this. More YouTube watches, views means more money.
On Twitch. By making this channel more popular, by having more viewers, by having more followers, more subs, this is how I'm going to continue to be able to be successful in the future. Twitch is the future. Everything else is the past. All right. So that being said, it's been tough because that first month, February, I tried to base my sub goals off of what I already had as subscribers, and that didn't work because once all those gifted subs expired, those people didn't resub. They went from like 516 down to 450 subs. Like,
this is my
to sub again, so let's make 500 to go. Well, what happened this month? What we've seen this month is that subscribe, and I think if I do it like that, I think it's going to make a lot more sense for everyone, and I think that maintaining that actively, constantly spamming the chat, the command, sub count. The reason is they're using it for negative purposes.
Who cares?
A subscription goes down. Oh my god, did you see those subscriptions?
This is unwatchable.
Trying to, again, skew information.
Yeah, I watched the GTG thing. That's what made me decide to do this.
To say that the channel's doing worse. It's not. It's actually doing good. Alright? So, I've had enough of their bullshit. And one of two things. There's gonna...
Like, they couldn't even do the obvious thing and put hate there. That's how lazy this fan is.
Which I needed to do. Because at this point, I can tell you guys how many subs I have on the fly whenever you want. I certainly don't need to have a spam in the stream chat constantly. And these people, I don't...
So if you go on and you check his sub count, he's going to ban you. That's going to help Twitch grow. Twitch is going to expand.
So I'm not even online, right? It'll be overnight. And then I'll look at the chat. 47 different random accounts I've never seen before who don't chat are all spamming sub count in the stream chat. And every time the number goes down, they spam it even more. And it's like, fuck this, right? Or we're going to enforce a new rule All right. Yeah, maybe if you do sub-count too much, it's going to be a timeout in a bank. Because much like any other spamming another command constantly, it's the same thing.
What
I'm going to just
the
do
fuck?
spamming this command constantly and see what happens. You're going to get moderated. All right. Because the bottom line is, it's true. It's distracting.
Shut the fuck up. Get on to the taxes.
Down by 2. It's the end of the world, and Phil's channel's falling apart. And man, expect yourself to be moderated. Because it's one thing if you're a legit viewer, I just want to see what the sub count is. You check it once, okay, that's cool. And then maybe by the end of the stream, all right, you go up or down the stream, check it, okay, that's cool. And it's another thing if you're one of these fucking drama queens who does it every 5 minutes, constantly spamming the chat, and then immediately tries to blow it up into something negative if there's a kid. I'm not going to put up with that shit. I'm going to be honest, I've been very reserved. Because I've seen a few people doing it the past couple days, and I wanted to ban them. And I was like, you know what? It wouldn't be fair if I did it without making an announcement first. That would be unfair. I don't want to be old Phil. Old Phil used to just, shoot off the cuff, shoot from the hip, immediately do whatever, without even explaining what was going on. And people get upset. I don't want to do that. I want to evolve. I want to become, more wise Phil, mature Phil about it. All right? So that's why I'm telling you guys in advance. All right? Just so you guys know. If we get people spamming or whatever, there's going to be moderation, and I'm right now mulling over what is it exactly that I can do. All right? The thing is, sadly, it's not like Nightbot. All right? I can actually program Nightbot so that the commands that go through Nightbot, I believe I can make so you can't spam them. But the subcount command is through a third-party application that then conjuncts with Nightbot. So I don't know if I could actually set it up that it would only work after a certain amount of time or whatever. I don't know. Or couldn't do. I do know that my moderators here actually have access to the Nightbot command, right? Alright. Mr. Swaggins did a 25-inch here. He said maybe during pre-streams we should do sub-only mode, but it help to weed out troll. Well, that's not necessarily what I'm talking about. I think what you're talking about in regards to earlier, I was talking about sub-count spam, right? That's really not what I was talking about. What I'm talking about is not even just during pre-stream, but during the day. Sometimes I come back at night, I'm not even streaming. And I look, and during the break between streams, there were 3 guys who literally in a circle.
Does anyone know how long user timeouts are? Because I kind of want to occasionally do some just as a joke.
The spam sub-count like 45 times. Now listen, I take a 2-hour break between my streams. I'm pretty sure there was no reason to spam the sub-count command 45 fucking times during the break. Except if you're just hoping that there would be a minor drop-off so you could run to your fucking detractor area and report it. So that's what I mean. Okay? Rowdy Catnut, cheers. So we never provide actual proof of your tax situation, or we just have to take your word for it. Rowdy Catnut, you may be really stupid. I'm sorry.
No, you're stupid because you asked a legitimate question. How dare you ask a legitimate question on this stream? You can't do that.
Sorry for the offense, but you gotta understand something. Number one, how do you think taxes work? Do you think you receive an actual bill, like a credit card?
Yes, you do! I've had this literally happen. Okay, because last year the CRA fucked up and they misunderstood my public transit tax credit, and they sent me a bill and they're like, Argent, you owe us $578.54 because you claimed this tax credit that you weren't entitled to, and we gave you too much money, so we need you to pay it back. And here's how you're going to pay it back. Just send a check, or you can send a money transfer to this account. I mean, that's literally how it works. They send you a tax bill. Like, when I get my taxes, because there's a basic refund you normally get of your sales tax in a lot of cases, they send me a check in the mail. I mean, that's literally how it works.
And it says, you owe this, please return this, this bill with your payment.
Well, okay, so if they won't tell you that, then how the fuck do you know how much you owe in taxes? Like, okay, I want people in the chat to tell me, if the government doesn't send you a bill, how would you know how much you owe in taxes? I want people to try to come up with, ways of, what other way there would be, other than them just sending you mail or an email or something. So I'll give people, a minute or two to post. No, I'll just keep going. So just post it and I'll read them out.
And blah, blah. That's not how it works. At all.
Okay.
All right? At all. What happens is, you get a letter from whoever you owe taxes to, and they say, we need to assess your business / whatever. Provide us with tons of personal information. All right? Obviously, I can't show you guys that information.
So they give them a letter in the mail that doesn't tell you how much taxes it is, but they send you a letter and say,
it's all personal information about the business that people could use to hurt me. Okay? Then, based off of all the information they provide to you, all right, they say, you owe us taxes. So, you can either pay us taxes, or...
Whoa. He just said that they don't tell you that how much taxes you owe. But now he's saying they tell you how much taxes you owe.
We're going to do an assessment, blah, blah, blah. So what ended up happening was I contacted a tax attorney. The tax attorney did all the work and via email said, you owe this amount, you know, give us your bank information and we will pay it, you know, through us on your behalf, you know, as we file your taxes. Again, information I could not publicly show you.
Wait a minute. He just said the government doesn't send you a bill, you owe this much. But now he's saying the government sends you a bill that says you owe this much. Okay, so they send it to your tax attorney. That's because your tax attorney is filing your taxes. If you filed your taxes on your own, they just send you the bill. So he's saying, okay, because they didn't send the bill directly to me, they sent it to my accountant, and then my accountant... And then my accountant... Because my accountant received the receipt, the bill, but not me, therefore I don't know how much the taxes are because your accountant doesn't tell you. Like, I have my tax form in front of me. It says you paid this amount of money. Here are your tax credits. Here is how much you get back on your tax rebate. Like,
you guys. You know what I mean? It's not people think, because again, these are kids. People ask these.
They're kids.
Is probably a teenager, doesn't understand how life works, and thinks that like I get a nice standard like bill in the mail. Like,
you do. That's how it works. They sent me a bill. Literally, when they screwed up, and I later like called them and I provided them with the information to prove that I claimed a legitimate tax credit. But no, like they literally sent me a bill. Argent, the CRA needs is reassessed your taxes. Please pay us this amount of money within this time frame, or we'll start charging you interest. If you'd like to dispute this, you have 60 days to do so. That's okay. So maybe I'm wrong because this is the CRA and not the IRS. But I literally don't know how else the government could ask for money other than calling you or sending you something in the mail. Preferably something in the mail because it's more, it's harder to fake.
Get from Visa or MasterCard. You owe this amount of money, so please pay this. Here's your minimum payment. It's not how it works.
That is how it works.
This all is stuff that happens through emails, through personal communiques. It's not, you know, a system where you're going to get this, you know, fucking bills. It doesn't work like that at all. All right. This is really...
No, they don't do it through email. No, they don't. Like, because that's an issue in Canada is people fake being the CRA and they call people and they're like, you owe this amount of money in taxes. If you don't give me your credit card now and pay this, then we're going to arrest you. It's a scam.
Really stupid. This is very, very stupid. What you're saying right now. Okay. On top of that, I've been completely transparent with you guys and explained to you that the state of Washington has not completed their assessment.
Like, in Canada, it's not legal for the CRA to call you and ask you for personal information. You can do it by calling them because you can't fake the number on their website. So you're like calling from your cell phone, they ask for some personal information, then you can talk to them. Or they will mail you something because that's both very hard to fake. Like, I don't know what the shady shit is with people like calling him and saying you owe taxes.
My backstage taxes. All they told me was that at the latest it would be April, and then I would have to start paying. I've also disclosed to you guys that I've been waiting now for almost 3 weeks for my tax attorney to finish my taxes and to tell me what I owe federally. I've told you all. Oh, by the way, if I told you guys what I owed in taxes exactly, you'd then have people who go nuts to do crazy calculations to figure out what I make on a yearly basis and try to say that I'm a liar and I'm this and that. It's none of anyone's fucking business. It's not.
It's no one's business. I do fundraisers and say that, like, no, but he does fundraisers. He's like, give me money because I owe thousands of dollars in taxes. I have to raise X amount of dollars because my taxes are Y amount of dollars. But, like, I don't get it. None of this really seems to add up.
And the fact that you're actually trying to get my personal information just shows that you don't have good intentions at all.
How is this personal information? How much he owes on his tax? Like, it's not his social security number. It's not his, like, address. Well, we already know his address. It's literally, he could just take a photo. No, we don't even need the tax. Just say, you owe X amount of money. You can round it. Just say, I owe around $5,000. Like, just say that.
But that you're actually just trying to get inside of my personal shit.
No, they're just curious.
And it's not appreciated.
You've literally been talking about it every day for the last 6 months. They're just like wondering.
It's not. It's like people are idiots. Do you see me going on a Caribbean fucking vacation?
Yes.
Do you see me rolling up in a Ferrari?
Well, you bought that expensive new car. You had the BMW on lease, and you moved a girl in from the other side of the country.
Do you think I'm putting money in an offshore fucking account? Seriously. The things that...
Okay, Tyler Jensen, perfect. Okay, we have a professional here. Okay, Tyler Jensen, you're an undergrad tax account. Does the government or does the government not send you something in the mail telling you how much money you have to pay in taxes? I just want to know if that's true, because I mean I get that in the mail. I don't know how the IRS works. Does the IRS send you something if you owe back taxes with the amount you have to pay, when you have to pay it, and how you can pay it? So, like, I'm just wondering if I'm crazy or not for thinking that's the case. Okay, so I'll see if he can. I'll just give him a. No, I'll just move on. So if he responds, I'll.
I've been saying about YouTube ad revenue plummeting and all that are common themes that everyone's been saying. Everyone agrees with me. I'm not pulling shit out of fucking thin air when I tell you about my financial troubles. It's all full disclosure. It always has been. No, I can't actually show you every detail of the situation because you know people would do malicious shit with it.
Every detail. Giving a general number. Okay. Okay, Tyler. Okay, sorry about that. I'm sorry for putting you on the spot there, but I don't know.
But again, the reason that people like Rowdy Katna are trying to get information is not because it's genuine interest, it's because this is a malicious...
No, well, how do you know that? How do you know it's not genuine interest? You've been talking about this every day for the last 6 months. People are just curious.
Idiot who wants to get my personal info so they can just harass me more. No, you're not going to get it. So, wake the fuck up. Mr. Swaggins just said, oh, I mean when you're talking about taxes, a lot of people come in and they just talk shit. Yeah, well, no, it doesn't need to be put into sub-only mode. Those people just need to be banned. Come on.
You just need to be, like, because I can talk about it every day. I talk about it every day, but if people ask questions about it, I'm going to ban them. Because that's how you grow a Twitch channel, is you ban anybody who asks questions about what you talk about every day. But people need to focus on the stream, and they need to talk about what's on stream, or they get banned. But if you talk about what I'm streaming about, then you're going to get banned.
I'm, being real with you guys, I'm in one section of the stream where I do clothes, and people are being nasty. Ban those fucking people. Especially if they're coming in and they're not regulars, and people you don't recognize, they're coming in just to talk shit. They don't...
Whoa. If they're coming in and they're not regulars, then ban them. What? So if someone comes in, they're like, oh, DSP, I don't know who this guy is, I'm going to go watch his stream. They come in and you hear him like rambling about taxes, and they're like, dude, what's up with this tax thing? Then like ban them, and they'll become a fan and they'll pledge to your Patreon. Like, what? Like, so he's banning people who aren't members of his cult. Okay.
That's not the audience I'm talking to, appealing to, and they should get dog boot. It's that simple.
Why?
Mr. Swaggins just cheered and said, people need to respect the mods. Calling me Mrs. Wagons is BS. Yeah. And you guys, don't be stupid. The mods are mods and have moderating powers, and if you insult the mods, they have the ability to time you out and ban you. It's probably not too wise to anger the moderated team. They are volunteers. They're not getting paid for their work. They're doing their best to maintain a healthy chat so that people can be in here and have fun and not be bombarded with shitheads. So please be appreciative of what they do, and please do not incite the moderators. It's not funny. Remember, what you may think is funny to someone else may be very insulting, and you should always take that into account.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay, let's see if Snort has anything up. Second suspension, no more, cannot show evidence. Let me just see if there was anything here that I missed.
To sub again, so let's make 500 to go.
Okay.
The viewer's like, what? What's happening? Phil's channel's failing. What's happening? And next thing I know, I look at the chat, I'm in the middle of So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We will pay it, through us on your behalf, as we file your taxes. Again, information I could not publicly show you guys. You know what I mean? It's not people think, because again, these are kids. People ask these, Rowdy Catnut is probably a teenager, who doesn't understand how life works.
That's like me, right? That's like me. Read!
And thinks that, like, I get a nice standard, like, bill in the mail, like you would get from Visa or MasterCard. You owe this amount of money, so please pay this. Here's your minimum payment. The reason that people like Rowdy Catnut are trying to get information is not.
So I'm now pretty much convinced the whole tax thing is a fraud, because he lied. Like, there's no way this is factually. Like, look, I have the fucking thing in front of me. Taxable income, total federal total federal non-refundable tax credits, refund, balance owing. There's literally on a line on this thing that I got sent that says balance owing. I mean, it's zero because I take deductions and I get money back, but like, it's factually untrue. It's just, once again, this is the CRA. I can't imagine a developed country not telling him how much money he owes. Like, it's just, it's unfucking believable. Like, this is a new low. Well, this is not like a new moral low, but this is like the fakest. Like, you gotta be fucking stupid to believe this. Like, you have to be really dumb to believe him on this one. Like, I don't even know how you could believe. Like, as I said, sorry I keep bringing this up, but if the government doesn't tell you how much taxes you owe, how the fuck would you figure out how much taxes you owe? Like, it doesn't even make sense. It's just like, it's mind-boggling. How would you pay your taxes if they won't tell you? Like, I did the parody video where I'm like, they'll tell me 5 minutes before midnight and I have to pay it in that amount of time. Hey, left sector. But it's, I don't know. It's just because I was like kind of almost willing to believe he was trying to defraud the government, or he was just really stupid or had no street smarts and he didn't pay his taxes properly. I mean, lots of people do that. Taxes are complicated. But the fact that he's now claiming that they just won't tell him and his accountant won't like, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Like, I just don't get it. Anyways, guys, so that was the emergency stream. I think we covered it. We have like the detractors in his chat asking obvious questions. We have the fucking tax fraud, and we have him getting banned for Twitch. Like I said, I think his ban from Twitch is bullshit. I think if that is the case, which is a big but because he lies. If that's the case, it's bullshit that he got blocked from Twitch over that. And yeah. So have a nice Good Friday, everybody. Make sure to pay your taxes. Just send random amounts of money to the government. Like, just shove money into a bill and into an envelope and send it to the government, and hopefully it'll be enough money to pay your taxes. So have a good day, everybody.